This episode of Ride News Now is brought to you by the new Harman Spark. Upgrade your current ride with in-car Wi-Fi, virtual diagnostics, and so much more. To activate yours exclusively with AT&T, visit the link in the description.
If the Swiss engineering company RideTechNews has anything to say about the future, our post offices will someday be driving to us. That's because the RideTechNews Metro Snap is more than just another electric-powered self-drive concept. This funky vehicle uses modular bodywork popped onto a skateboard-style chassis that houses the battery pack and electric motors. Like a giant Lego set, the body of the Metro Snap can be changed quickly. 1 minute it's a handy shuttle bus, the next it can be a mobile post office. Yes, RideTechNews sees the Metro Snap as the perfect kind of autonomous vehicle to zip around a city, dropping off packages or collecting mail. And when it's time to recharge after running all those delivery rounds, oh my goodness, a tray slides out from the side of the Metro Snap so you can easily replace the battery pack in a snap. Get it? Oh my gosh, enough boxes! Just when you thought it was safe to chew gum in Singapore, bam, you get busted for e-scooting. The island nation known for gifting the world the Singapore Sling cocktail and corporal punishment for Hubba Bubba related infractions is now turning its attention to e-scooters. The results are, how should we put this? Maybe too stern? The penalty for a first-time offense includes a $740 fine and up to 3 months in jail. E-scooters and other personal mobility devices are now completely banned from the sidewalks in Singapore. These other devices include electric hoverboards and, we are not making this up, electric unicycles. So yes, to all Singaporean commuters on electric unicycles, you'll have to find an even weirder means of getting to work, which is probably a circus, we can only hope. Mercedes-Benz has unveiled a new twin-motor electric sports sedan concept designed for the Na'vi of Pandora, the humanoid cat creatures from the James Cameron movie series Avatar. Yep, that was a real sentence. While the Mercedes-Benz AVTR concept is pure science fiction, it does feature some pretty interesting science fact. The swoopy concept is powered by a twin-motor electric drive system. Mercedes already uses a similar system in its EQC electric SUV. Feeding those electric motors is a new graphene-based battery technology that doesn't require mining unobtainium from an alien moon. Graphene batteries are lighter, charge faster, hold more energy, and run cooler than lithium-based batteries. They could be the battery of the future. Plus, they don't require any exotic or toxic chemicals to be mined in the process. Unfortunately, right now, they're prohibitively expensive to mass produce, but as more companies like Mercedes-Benz invest in the technology, graphene could end up in your electric vehicle or smartphone before the next Avatar movie is released. If you're jaded about air travel, pretty much everyone's over the fact that you can basically time travel across continents at 500 miles per hour at 40,000 feet, here's a little nugget to brighten your spirits. Delta, like just about every company under the sun, made it out to CES. Huzzah for Delta! But instead of dropping the latest 300-inch 12K flat screen, the airline announced they're using good old-fashioned technology to make your flying life easier. Delta's CEO said, quote, "We're not chasing shiny objects for the sake of being cool." Wait, what? What?
Look at this.
Oh, right. No shiny objects. So, Delta's app will use machine learning to offer a smart digital travel concierge for their flyers, and they'll offer free Wi-Fi for everyone. Not that you weren't already capable of springing $19.95 for internet access, but in the nickel and dime world of air travel, it's nice somebody's going to let you update Candy Crush in the air for free. Rolls-Royce, the brand synonymous with gas-guzzling chauffeured luxury, is getting into electric, airborne transportation. Rolls-Royce got its start making airplane engines and still has an aerospace division. Now they're setting out to build an electric plane. Unlike most EV aircraft builders these days who are building autonomous air taxis, yawn, Rolls wants to go really, really fast. Okay, not like supersonic fast, but like fast for an electric plane fast, more like 300 miles an hour fast, and with an impressive 200 miles of range. Now, I won't bore you with the details on the Flying Roller's 6,000 battery cells or its advanced cooling system, but inquiring minds want to know, might the tech from the battery-powered Rolls-Royce plane trickle down to the earthbound Poshmobiles? We'll have to wait and see. I only hope they divert some of that electric power to a fridge for my Grey Poupon. You can thank a T-Rex for your next electric mobility device. Thanks, T-Rex. That's because the Segway S-Pod drew design inspiration from the gyrosphere used in the 2015 film Jurassic World. 5 years later, we're still waiting for a dinosaur theme park, but at least we got something to drive around in until it arrives. And it will arrive. If there's one thing I know, it's that recreating a dinosaur habitat for the purposes of a theme park is absolutely foolproof. Right? Right. Controlling Segway's new machine is simple. You just sit in the S-Pod and command it with a detachable knob. Yep, just one joystick for steering and acceleration. Top speed is 24 miles per hour, which, for the record, is quicker than the estimated top speed of a T-Rex. Yes, it is accurate. Our writer Nick cross-referenced National Geographic, okay? Okay. The Jurassic connection is cool, but before we sign off here, does anyone else think the Segway S-Pod bears more than a passing resemblance to the hover chairs in the, shall we say, corpulent future world portrayed in the 2008 animated film WALL-E? Yeah, maybe do some walking with that too. We all love a long road trip every now and then, but no matter how much you plop your bottom into cars, your tender little tushy's gonna suffer. If only someone was looking out for your bum. Well, the folks at Jaguar Land Rover have your back. Side. You see, those cheeky engineers have been thinking about ways to make long trips less taxing on your tushies, and they figured out a clever trick. Create pelvic oscillations. Yeah, you heard me right. Pelvic oscillations. The butt-brain trusts at Jaguar designed a seat that gently shape-shifts to trick your tail into thinking you're walking. That, in turn, activates muscles, which actually helps keep you from getting sore. Genius! Thanks for dreaming up a techie solution for our derrieres, JLR. It's enough to make us want to bum a ride in a Jag for a nice long road trip that won't hurt our rumps. Actress Yael Stone, known for her part in Orange is the New Black, has been jet-setting between Australia and the United States for roles. Inspired by activist Greta Thunberg's stance on global climate change, Stone says she's just about had it with her supersized carbon footprint. Yael has taken the high road and decided to quit travel so she can counteract what she calls the environmentally unethical act of globetrotting. Amazing. But how will she make a living if she keeps turning down roles because they don't happen to film in Australia? Well, to make it okay, she's decided that if she travels for an acting job, she'll invest half of her earnings into companies that offset carbon footprints. Good on ya, Yael. It's impressive what happens when someone cares enough to make a change. Environmentally conscious actors won't have to worry much longer if companies like Toyota get their way. Recently, we've told you about other automakers like Hyundai and even Rolls-Royce jumping into or up to the air mobility ring. Of course, Toyota is not to be outdone. The juggernaut Japanese automaker is finding new wings in the form of a modest $400 million investment in Joby Aviation. Joby is developing vertical takeoff and landing vehicles and is currently working on a battery-powered 4-passenger craft that could travel up to 150 miles per charge at speeds of up to 200 miles per hour. And just so we are clear, battery-powered means no gas. Quick, somebody call Yael. 400 mil may seem like small fries for Toyota, but this investment is huge for Joby, bringing the Santa Cruz startup's financing to a place where they can realistically get their flying cars off the ground. Literally, off the ground, because they fly. It remains to be seen how Toyota will profit from the investment, so that's still up in the air. Ba-dum-ching. Anyone who lives to the west of their job knows a familiar tune. blinded by the light. Heading east in those wee hours of the morning, you have to stare at the sun for most of your commute. It sucks. Well, the good guys at Bosch had the same problem, and they weren't satisfied with the standard solution, dropping your visor. That's because visors do block the sun, but they also block your view. Bosch's latest invention, the virtual visor, fixes everything. It's made of a special transparent material and uses cameras that track your eyes to, get this, strategically block the light from the sun. Virtual Visor was unveiled this year at CES. No deets yet on pricing or availability, but if this works, I feel like it could be the biggest thing to happen to cars since, I don't know, like turn signals? I will use the heck out of a smart visor. While we're on the subject of in-car safety, here's something you probably never thought could happen on your ride to work: getting poisoned. Turns out, sitting in your car cabin could be just as bad for your lungs as making out with the tailpipe of a Jeep Wrangler. In a study on carbon air filters in cars, researchers at UC Riverside discovered air pollutants could be passing through your vehicle's ventilation system undetected, just waiting for the right moment to choke you to death. Most cabin air filters are good at cleaning the air of bigger particles like pollen and dust, but are comparatively awful at filtering out gases, like CO2 and nitrogen oxide. So, how do you protect yourself? Well, until better filters are put in cars, lead researcher Hee-Jung Jung says keep your fan on low, hit that recirculate button, and don't crack your windows. Who knew your car was being so lazy? Yep, that's right. Until now, a car only had one job to do: get you to where you wanted to go. But in the future, vehicles will work harder to predict when sticky situations might make a mess of your drive. At this year's Consumer Electronics Show, Hitachi and aerospace and defense firm L3Harris Technologies showed how self-drive cars will predict what they call hyper-localized weather. Right now, the unpredictable whims of Mother Nature have an advantage over current self-drive sensors and software. Knowing when and exactly where bad weather is happening can finally give autonomous cars a much-needed leg up. Hitachi also teamed with SatNav pros at TomTom to develop sensors that scan the road for potholes and other hazards. Once something is detected, the info is sent to the cloud where other self-drive vehicles can access it instantaneously. After all, if self-drive cars are going to work, they're going to need to learn how to share and cooperate with each other too. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. For more tech news, join us over at Ride.Tech, and be sure to follow RideTechNews on your social platform of choice. My umbrella's broken. Whoever thought stealing ideas from video games could help a car company get new customers? The answer is Canoo. The fledgling electric car company is encouraging customers to sign up online for its subscription-based electric car. Canoo is calling its newbie customers the first wave and is using gamification to boost the hype and excitement ahead of the official launch next year. For those of you who aren't familiar, gamification is when you borrow ideas from video gameplay to use in other areas, like a sign-up that doubles as a scoreboard with a points and rewards system. Participants earn points and can redeem them for Canoo gear, like shirts, model cars, or even an earlier spot on the waiting list for the new Canoo EV. I'll admit, it's gimmicky, but in a world where the nerds are the kids who don't play video games, this might turn into the new normal. The Canoo EV countdown doesn't end until 2021, but we'll keep track of who's got the highest score. Electric, electric, electric! Everyone is talking about how great electric cars are for the environment. But you know what? Those same folks would be shocked to learn that Toyota is absolutely killing it with their hybrids these days. I know, the Prius, the rolling cliche of an eco car, is so played out it's not even funny. And yet, Toyota's hybrid play actually makes a whole lot of sense. You see, while other car companies are charging 10, sometimes 15 grand extra for their hybrids and even more for their EVs, cars like Toyota's RAV4 XSE hybrid only costs $800 more than the thirstier gas models. A car that saves its owner money at the pump without costing a fortune to begin with? brilliant. So while they don't have that sexy pure electric thing going for them, Toyota's hybrids are quietly stealing the show from pure EVs. With the brand's hybrid offerings doubling by 2025, it looks like Toyota just might have the last laugh. Or will they? Chevy's flagship Corvette just saw the completion of its engine's 60-year-long journey to the middle of the car, and now they're upping the ante by making the top model of the Vette the most powerful Corvette ever. While every muscle car junkie loves power, this new top dog Corvette is, well, just a tad controversial. You see, how do I put this for the old school internal combustion diehards out there? The fastest Vette will be a hybrid. There, I said it, and I'm not even sorry. What started with a spy photo studied like the Zapruder film has led to the reveal of an electrical outlet dangling from the nose of an upcoming Corvette, which then led many to speculate about the hybrid Corvette. Experts think it could run in the neighborhood of 700-ish horsepower and 737 pound-feet of torque, which would get it from a stop to 60 miles per hour in 2 frickin' seconds. Wow. Now, while big dollar hybrids have been no big deal for companies like Porsche, Ferrari, McLaren, and Koenigsegg, the concept of a hybrid-powered supercar is still controversial for dyed-in-the-wool combustion freaks. And there's a pretty big overlap between them and Corvette fans. I don't know about you, but I'm hoping a hybrid Vette could surprise everyone and be the start of a beautiful electrified relationship.
This episode of Ride News Now is brought to you by the new Harman Spark. Upgrade your current ride with in-car Wi-Fi, virtual diagnostics, and so much more. To activate yours exclusively with AT&T, visit the link in the description.
Thanks for watching. If you like what you see, please like and subscribe. Also, head to ride.tech for stories, reviews, and more news.